Okay, so yeah, Aiden or Calvin here, or whatever my usual intro is. This is a response to a thread Charles made on MKBoards, and sorry in advance for the melee gameplay. If you watch long enough, there'll be some Mario Kart at the end, because I think this might go a bit, but I figured I'd show off some melee. This is from a tournament last weekend, with like over 70 people, and this is my round 2 match, and this is the match that put me into losers. I'm still not very good, working on tech skill, blah 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 blah. Anyway, yeah, this is a response to Charles' thread. So, I'm going to start off by saying, well, he laid it out, which is something a lot of people haven't done. And he put it bluntly, and details, and all those things, and it came out really good. I have to give him props for that. Like, it's a good post. I'm glad he addressed the problems. But, I don't necessarily agree with a lot of it, and I think and maybe it's just the type of person I am, but I feel like a lot of things are just exaggerated. When you look at this post and you look at a lot of other things people post, it seems like the MKWe community in general is just awful. It's a terrible community, and I don't think people say that, and they say it without much experience outside of Mario Kart. And that's one big issue. Like, you can say all these things about bad things about Mario Kart Wii, but what do you really have to back it up other than your own experiences in Mario Kart Wii, and you don't have anything else to compare it to? I've been in a few gaming communities here and there, and I'm going to say right off the bat, Mario Kart Wii is not nearly as bad, not nearly as toxic, as shitty, as whatever you want to call it, as the Call of Duty community. Oh my god. If you want a terrible community, go to the COD community. It's awful. Just, it actually makes me cringe and want to hurt people. That's what the COD community does to me. And Mario Kart Wii doesn't even come close to that. And there's always going to be, there's worse communities, there's better communities than Mario Kart Wii. I mean, Mario Kart Wii is by no means perfect. I'm going to say that right now. We have huge flaws in this community, but it's gotten along a lot better than I think a lot of other communities have. And just looking at these posts gives it a really bad rap. Like, I feel like we've completely overlooked a lot of the good things that have come out of this. Like, the whole 6 years the game has been around, and it's a bloody shame. Like, you can't do that. You can't just knock it down, because it's been an amazing ride, and there's been so many good things about it, and so many fun times and friends made, and you're just gonna bash it all you want, especially when it's about to die. We should be, like, giving this game a good, like, funeral. We shouldn't be hating on it and saying how bad it was during the entire duration. And you know, maybe Charles obviously doesn't agree, or he's getting at some other points, like the hacking issues and the IL corruption, and I take the IL corruption any day over not having the league at all. I'm sorry, but the fact that we had a league to actually play in after WCL was dead was just, it was good. Season 1 was like a disaster, but that was like the preseason, let's test how things work. And then we went into Season 2 and it got better. And I think we have to start believing in the integrity of the fellow races rather than just bashing them. And I know people have failed to live up to certain standards time and time again, but you have to keep giving that chance in this situation, because if we got rid of every single person that's hacked ever, if you got rid of every single person, if you've got rid of every single person that made a mistake, didn't run their division right, if you just made all of those people disappear, like not be a part of this community, we'd have, like, I don't know, maybe 20 to 50 people. Like, maybe, and then the community wouldn't even be the community. Like, these bad things come with the good things, and to just say how bad everything was, and I'm fully embracing the saying, like, better late than never. I'm not unhappy that this post exists. Like I said, it gets to the point. Some points that people don't really talk about and don't really address so directly. But and there's no reason to be bashing it because it's been posted so late in the community. It's better now than never at all. But that applies the same thing. Applies the same way to IL and all these clans that went through. Like, he names off all these clans that had hacks in them, like ISWZ, XK, FU, etc., etc. But I would have rather had those clans exist and had the stories behind them than them not exist at all. Because if you take away all these things, we have nothing. Nothing at all. And that's just a damn shame if we didn't have this. Because I think everyone that's been involved in this community has enjoyed it to an extent. And especially the people that have been here since '08, like, it's become a part of their lives. Like, this, I've been in the Mario Kart, like, scene for a good chunk of my life, and it's influenced me so much, and that goes for a lot of other people. And we can complain all we want, we can say all these things that we could have corrected, and we can correct these things going into MK8, and a lot of them will just be fixed automatically, I feel, with the fact that, like, the Wii U hasn't been hacked yet, or rather the hack hasn't been made public. It has been hacked, but the people that did it haven't done anything with it. They haven't shared the information with anyone. And yeah, that's a different topic. But anyway, yeah, that's just kind of how it is, man. And I don't know, but I felt I had to say some stuff about this. Going more into the hacking side of things, like, it's a shame how people act in this community, and I think that's part of the problem is, people, why would you hack? Like, I'm gonna say right now, what have I done? I think I tried to run hacks at some point in 2012 in an offline race. I was testing them in Grand Prix mode, just to see, like, I just wanted to do it, to see if I could do it, and it was offline, because I really had no care of doing it online. I just wanted to see if I could. And they didn't work. The hacks just didn't work. I couldn't get them to work, and I moved on. I just never tried it again. I always texture hacked and custom tracks, which are hacks as well. I mean, at the core of it, like, that's what they are. They're hacks. They're modifications to the game. But I use those, and I never touched hacks after testing them that time offline ever again. It's fact. I'm going to lay that out right now and just say I haven't been in a situation that has driven me to hack or made me want to hack at all. Like, it's just never really a thing on my mind. And for the people that do it, I just don't see the point. Like, okay, you score big, fantastic. Like, it's a great, but like, as much as this game means to people and as much fun, but it's about the fun that you have. And competitiveness comes with that. But if you're not earning those points legitly, if you're not, like, if you're just cheating, like, it's no different than, I don't know, winning a worldwide race because you bullet billed the whole time. It's like, why? What's to be enjoyed of that? Even if you did it a couple times for kicks and giggles, like, well, after that it's boring, and you're not showcasing what you can really do, and I don't see what someone would get out of that. On the opposite end of the spectrum, people, hacking shouldn't be as big of a deal as it is, I don't think. People complain about it all the time, but people never shut up about hacking, and that's something I've thought was kind of a shame as well. Is so, you know what? So what if they did? It's like, just don't count the war and let the other team deal with it. Like, if you think someone hacked, if you're absolutely convinced someone hacked, then just don't, just lay it off and life goes on. And as I mean, that's just how things are. Like, you don't have to go into it and, like, burn the person, start flaming them about it, and spread all this stuff about them, and don't overreact. And, like, when someone beats you, or like you don't really have confirmation that they did hack, and you just kind of assume they do because that's what you want to do, or it's a person you don't like, and people just say someone hacked for fun, like just because they want to get at them for some reason. I think that's really stupid too, and that's a waste of time. That's kind of what I wanted to say. Like, this post, I think what really gets at the extremities, or sorry, the extremes, not the extremities, the extremes of the Mario Kart community. And you know, looking back, I enjoyed most of it, but I feel like what we could have done is everybody could have kind of looked at themselves and just tried to be nicer to other people. I think would have helped a lot. You know, people were egotistic. A lot of people like let the fact that they were better players get to their heads, and I feel like a lot of that created I think the biggest problem in this community, the biggest problem was there was a divide that I saw, and I think it's because I was on both sides of it over my time in like the community. There's a divide between the really good players that like play together a lot and are known to be in the really good clans and are generally like older and stuff, and the players that are new to the game, don't Skype really, they just kind of like use the forums and things. And I think a good example of that now is if you could divide it, like a clear divide that you can see right now is all the people that use MKBoards and all the people that use MKWe.com. It's kind of a divide between like the super tryhards that are really good and devote a lot of time to like the metagame and strategy, and the more casual people that still engage in like more competitive activities. I mean, like, obviously there's more casual people, like my cousin that plays the game I don't know how many times, like a year, maybe twice, just for kicks, and like has never been online. But you get what I'm saying. It's the community was divided into this try-hard group and this more casual group, and the casual group just tended to be not as good at the game, tended to quote-unquote fanboy the better players, and as a result, like, those people were treated really poorly. And as someone that started off there and kind of got into the more try-hardy scene and like became friends with more of those people, I got to see both sides of that, and I think that was the biggest problem, the way, especially in that aspect, the way players treated other players. And it was like people complain about the leagues and the hacking all they want, but I think the biggest problem came down to the way people treat other people, and saying negative things when they didn't need to at all, and starting fights when they didn't need to at all. And I hope that's something that changes when we go into MK8, because you know, it's a more difficult problem to deal with in this community, because it's entirely based online. There's no public Mario Kart tourneys really. It's, you know, people have that internet mask. They are a different person online, and I guarantee you, if we were all in the same room together, you know, a lot of people wouldn't say the stuff they do online. Like, I can't imagine Jaws in real life ripping into some 13-year-olds because he thinks they hacked in some war, like yelling at them in real life. Picturing that in my head is kind of funny, but anyway, yeah, I can't see that happening, and but it's a shame that there's not more in real life interaction, because I think it would prevent a lot of the mistreatment of other players and other people that talk to us online and things like that. Anyway, this was kind of all over the place, but I just wanted to address how I feel about the post and Mario Kart Wii community and its problems, and it's just an opinion, really. I mean, people can think what they want, I guess, in the end, and Charles obviously very opinionated about all of this, and I don't criticize him for it at all, and the people that, like, complain about it in the replies and stuff, like, I don't know, it seems to be prominently players from NS, just saying that, like, I mean, you can, I don't know, I'm not really gonna say anymore, because it just makes people more mad, and I'm sure people will criticize me, but I'm taking a pretty good standpoint here. I mean, doesn't. I think as a final point, like what it really comes down to is being nice to other people. And it's not about the hacking, it's not about IL corruption, it's about playing the game together with people and having fun and not knocking other people down because you're a better racer or because your butt hurt they beat you or because of some other stupid internet reason. And you know, if we just switched a few attitudes around and a few words in our posts, you know, a lot of things would change, and I think a lot of things would be better. We obviously can't change the past, but we're going into a new game, and a lot of the community is going to move over to that, I think. MK8 looks promising, and hopefully in that community, some things will change. Anyway, end of the rant, end of the video, end of whatever this was, and you guys have a good day.